Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be drafting a basic bodice block, and here are the tools I'll be using for this project, and also the body measurements I'll be using to draft the pattern. And now I have my pattern paper spread on the table. I will start by marking a straight line, and that will be my shoulder line. Now that I have my shoulder line, I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder to bust point measurement, which is 10 inches. Then shoulder to half length 17 inches, and shoulder to hip 24 inches, which will also be my bodice length. I will go ahead and extend the same measurement to the other end so that I will get a perfect straight line. After that, I'll use my curve and connect my markings like so. Now I have my shoulder line, my bust line, half length or waistline, and hip line. The next thing I will do is to insert my shoulder measurement on the shoulder line. My shoulder is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. I'll go ahead and mark 7.5. Next thing I will do is to create my front neckline, and I'll be using 3 by 3 inches standard. That is 3 inches for the width and also 3 inches for the depth. I'll go ahead and connect my neckline like so. And for the back neckline, the depth will be 1 inch and the width 3 inches. After that, I will connect. Next thing I will do is to slant the shoulder. From the shoulder line, I will come down by 1 inch. Then I will connect it to the neck width. Now, I will work on the armhole. From the shoulder slope, I will mark 8 inches. To get your armhole, divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5 inches. After that, I will mark a straight line, and that will now be my chest line. Then I will go ahead and label it. That is my chest line. Then bust line. Then waistline. and hip line. I will connect the armhole from the shoulder slope to the chest line. Then I'll get the midpoint of that line. And I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Then I will connect it like so. And that is my front armhole. Then for the back armhole, I'll connect it like so. My bust is 38, divided by 4 is 9.5. I'll mark 9.5 on the chest line. I'll come to the waistline. My waist is 33, divided by 4 is 8.25. Then I will mark another 1 inch for my dart intake. On the hip line, I'll mark my hip measurement. My hip is 43, divided by 4 is 10.75. Then I'll go ahead and connect it. Next, to create my dart, I will use my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8, divided by 2 is 4. I'll mark 4 on the bust line, mark 4 on the waistline, then on the hip line too. I will come to the waistline and mark 1/2 inch on both sides for my dart intake. Then on the bust line, I will come down by 1 inch. On the hip line, I will go up by 2 inches because our darts normally stop 2 inches before our hip line. Then I will connect it. And that is it for the front block. To create my back block, I will use another pattern paper and tracing wheel to trace out the back pattern from this pattern. Now for my back block, I have this pattern paper and I mark out 1 inch for my zip allowance. Next thing I will do is to place the front bodice block on the back pattern and then go ahead and trace it out. Please take notes The back measurements will start after the zip allowance. This is what I have after tracing out the back pattern. I will go ahead and create the bad dart. On the chest line, I will insert my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8 divided by 2, which is 4. I'll go ahead and mark 4 on the waistline and on the hip line. I will now use my curve to connect. For my dart intake, I will mark half an inch on both sides. Then on the hip line, I will come up by 2 inches. I will now use my ruler to connect. Notice that I connected my dart from waist to chest line, then 2 inches before the hip line. While for the front, our dart starts after the bust line, 1 inch after the bust line. That is chest line, waistline, and the hip line. That is it for the back block. I'll go ahead and add allowance to this pattern. On the hem, I'll add 1 inch. Then for the side seam, I'll also add 1 inch. Then I'll connect it like so. I will add half an inch on the armhole and also half an inch on the shoulder. After that, I will connect and then use my scissors to cut out the pattern. For the front pattern, I'll also add 1 inch on the hemline, and for the side seam 1 inch, armhole half an inch, and shoulder half an inch. And I will also go ahead and cut out the pattern. That is it for the basic bodice block. Both our front and back pattern is ready. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, please like this video, and I would like to hear from you. Any suggestions, questions, contributions, and don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you for watching. Bye.